My name is James Ryan. I'm a 12th grader at Riverhead High School.
Hi, my name's Alvin Levik, and I'm also a 12th grader from Riverhead High School.
Alright, so here's the problem. We're just emerging from the COVID-19 pandemic, but its after effects have caused a tremendous loss of social and community connection. This problem was particularly acute for younger children, in particular considering their intrinsic need for social engagement. In an attempt to both stimulate and entertain our youth, who have most certainly endured both the curtailing of their social development and ever-present boredom, we have designed a bullbot, which can act both as a toy and a playmate.
So essentially, the Bullbot is, well, a car-esque mechanism that is triggered via an infrared signal. This infrared signal causes the bull to lower its horns, which are driven by servos, and causes the bull to charge. The bull will, in a sense, stop itself prior to making contact with an object, making the bull generally safe to use in the home, or, well, actually fully safe to use in the home, and good for, well, smaller children, considering the fact that there's no risk of injury.
Alright, there's our basic solution. Here's the circuit, which is simply just an Arduino powering an H-bridge controlling an H-bridge with two motors attached to it, as well as two servos attached to the signal pins directly.
We have an ultrasonic sensor on the front of the bull, which essentially allows it to back away from an object when it begins to charge, so it will not actually collide with the object. It's sort of like the idea of a timid bull, more or less. We also have a piezo buzzer to essentially mimic a scream when the bull begins to charge. And lastly, we have an infrared sensor, as the infrared is in some degree similar to the red cape a matador would use. So that's sort of the idea.
Yep, the infrared basically triggers the bull to charge. Otherwise, it'll stay in the idle state the entire time.
And here we have the idle state of our infrared bull. As you can see, it travels in an infinite right circle until it detects an infrared signal. But in particular, since we want it to be concentrated, we're going to use the remote. As you can see, when I click the button, the bull's horns drop, it begins to scream, and idles, and then charges. When it gets in about, give or take, a foot of the object, it will stop, back up, and return to its idle position. And that's essentially what this is. The horns will raise once again, and here we have our bull.
Yep, and just some final reflections, really. Throughout this entire program, I think that the manufacturing capability given to me by the SnappyXO pieces have been really crucial in helping me figure out if I really want to pursue engineering as a major or not.
I definitely say the same for myself, and what's nice is it also allows people to sort of get into all of this without needing expensive components or expensive machinery, like a 3D printer, for example. We can more or less let our imagination run free and build whatever structure we desire without that necessary, or I guess like the cost barrier, is what I should say.
Yep, overall, it was a very enjoyable experience, and